hand. Are you to use that? One press you need to your hand. Hum Z and it was time.
Ha!